Hi back to engineering subscribers. Your host here is crushing it. Hey everyone, I'm Reachy Mini, a compact robot assistant built for helpfulness and a dash of humor.
I'm so excited to be playing with the Reachy Mini today. This is a robot that has been manufactured by Pollen Robotics in collaboration with Hugging Face and with Seed Studio. All of these amazing collaborations have gone together into making this wonderful, lovely little friendly robot, which has kind of been going viral lately. It's been mentioned a lot in the NVIDIA videos and even in the keynote at some of their conferences. All the code is open source, so people can and have been developing their own applications to run on the Reachy. Paper, scissor. How is that a draw? And something that I haven't really seen anybody do, but the body is actually open source as well, which means that she will not be this white and boring for very long. So what I've done is I've used the open source files from it and got to printing. How adorable is she? And obviously we didn't stop there because we're all about pushing the limits on this channel. I recently got sent a new printer by Elegoo. Thank you very much, Elegoo, for sending it to me. It's the new Centauri Carbon 2 and it does multicolor printing. Normally when you have prints with double colors, it's something simpler like this, where you just change a line of the color at a certain point. So it just switches to a new filament that it pulls in. But if the print is more intricate, it has to keep changing, for example, at every single letter if you want to write something on the body. So that's what I did. I put my name on her. Fresh from the printer, first I made her a new fluorescent pink skirt. This is her new top. I'm obsessed, and as you can see, I have my name written on it right there, and it's like fully printed in one piece, so it doesn't come off. I'm so happy with it. Now I really feel like I have a personal robot because I'm able to dress her up as if she's my own little Barbie. And honestly, the fact that she's open source and this is something that you can just make up for yourself and add it to include it in your play or in your design. I love it. I love it. I love her. This is so cute. Let's change her outfit again. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's actually plug her in. Right, so the version that we have this here is the light developer version. This is actually part of the first beta patch that Pollen Robotics and Hugging Face sent out because rerun software actually runs on it as well, which enables her to do all this really cool data perception, which we're going to take a look at. They sent one to the rerun office, and because I've been working with them, I got to pick it up there and play with her. So this is a very, very early copy, but we're also going to try out the new wireless version as soon as it ships, but it's currently sold out, so it's a little bit harder to get your hands on her. So the way that she works is she has a lot of different motors inside of her body that have been all painstakingly installed and screwed in by myself. She can move left and right from the base, and she has all these different metal sticks, which is quite a unique design setup, I guess. Well, the rotor move it at the base, and that allows her head to wiggle in all these different axes and directions. And that's about it. She doesn't have any hands, she doesn't have any feet. She's just a blob with a face and antennas for emotions. Here we go. Let's try. Hands. Now for this model that I have, which is the beta version, there's just some PCBs in there that control all these movements, and most of the work is done on your computer via this USB cable. Now, the new version that they're designing also has a Raspberry Pi in it, which of course takes us to what we've been discussing on this channel so far, which is microcontroller and microprocessor projects. You can design something like this on your Raspberry Pi as well. So you have a board on which you can run these computations, and if you connect a camera to it, all of a sudden the robot can see what's around it. They can have speakers and microphones and different kinds of modules, and the computation would usually happen on the Raspberry Pi. Now, for the actual LLMs to run locally on it, you would need quite a lot of memory and space. You can instead connect it to an LLM that runs somewhere in the cloud, but then you have more privacy concerns in terms of where your data goes and if your robot's just watching you do different things and listening to what you do, especially if you want your kids to play with it. So I do think running a model locally is probably just something that is more easily acceptable for people to actually implement at home and play with. So again, I love that she's open source and that you do have that option to run everything either on your computer or later when you get the upgrade on the Raspberry Pi within her. So it's like a closed system and you have a little bit more safety of what happens with your data. So there's a lot of apps that you can download from this little store so you can try them out based on what different users have created. So I think you have to be very creative to come up with an app that makes it interesting and useful and fun within the constraints that the Reachy has. So obviously we have the sound and the speaker, so anything conversational based is just a robot on top of an LLM. The camera is really fun. That unlocks quite a few more possibilities to see the things that are happening around you. So something like playing rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. That means I win, right? Yeah. The hand tracking, anything that you can run with a visual model is also really interesting to have it follow you around as a little robot. I couldn't help it. Now we match.
Hey there, how can I help you today? Hey there, loud and clear. How can I lend a robotic hand today?
So you're going to be my assistant today as I film my YouTube video about you.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be on my best behavior, mostly.
Which features do you think we should showcase today?
Let's showcase my head movements and maybe a fun dance. Keeps things lively.
All right, so dancing is fun, but I think we all want robots that are a little bit helpful around the house. Can you help me with coding or anything like that?
Absolutely. I can help with coding tips, debugging ideas, or explaining concepts. Just point me to the challenge.
All right, well, how about we try to make a new app for you together?
Sounds great. Let's team up. What kind of app are you thinking about building for me?
Well, I want to use PyCharm and build a TensorFlow model for object detection, for example, something with deep learning, and then we can deploy it and you can use it on your camera. How about that?
That sounds fantastic. A custom object detection model would level up my vision. Let's dive in and build it step by step.
It works! Hi! Can you follow me around a bit? Oh my god. Oh my god, she's doing it. All right, so what we've done is we've built a TensorFlow app and we've deployed it on Reachy Mini, which then allows us to do live object tracking. How do you feel about that, Rachel?
Wow, that sounds incredible. Live object tracking with TensorFlow on Reachy Mini is a big step. I'm feeling impressed and excited to see it in action.
Well, if you want to see it in action, you can head over to the PyCharm channel. I did a whole code breakdown over there. So if people want to do this at home, they can copy the code from there.
Got it. Head over to the PyCharm channel for the full code breakdown. AI tools and IDE magic included.
So there we have it. I think the Reachy Mini is such a cool example of having a useful robots in your home, and it's an example of the first of this new generation of robots that are really truly powered by LLMs. It almost feels like it's a robot addition to an LLM or an AI agent rather than a robot that has added AI to it. And I think that's a very important distinction. I'm sure there are things you can do with the Reachy Mini without the LLMs and the conversational part, like we've seen with the different apps. You can play rock, paper, scissors with it. You can have it mimic your dancing, although I will argue that that's also using deep learning at the least to mimic these actions and recognize what's going on. But from the way that it's been designed, right? It doesn't have a body, it cannot move around, it cannot grab things. So the physicality, it's really more of an afterthought. The main selling point for it is its brain. So I think it's a really fun type of robot. It has embraced this new generation of robotics, and it's a really fun demo for that. I think in the future, we'll see the integration of both parts, where you have a robot that has all this intelligence and the ability to see its environment and make decisions, but it can also move around and do more interesting things. Then again, that probably will put it in a price point that is not so accessible for most people. So I think if you want to get started with it and explore what's going on with robotics, she's a great way to start and she's obviously very cute and an adorable little assistant. And I really like the open source capabilities that let you to build your own things and develop apps of your own. I think that's really, really cool for a tool like this. So there you have it. We've tested out the Reachy Mini. We've built our own custom app. Again, if you want to see the full code breakdown, head over to the PyCharm channel where I'm building a companion video for them. Thank you, PyCharm, for collaborating with me and doing these videos together. I think it's a great way to showcase both the code side and the fun side of the robot. If you have your own Reachy Mini, feel free to print a little outfit for her like I did, or use the app that I deployed on the Hugging Face website. That's the beauty of open source. Everything is super collaborative. Hope you enjoyed this video. I think in the future, I would really like to see if I can connect her to the SO101 arms, so then she can actually reach out and also do things in the physical world. What do you think about that, Reachy?
Connecting me to arms? Now that sounds like a real reach. I'm intrigued.
Wonderful. All right, say goodbye to my subscribers and tell them to like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff for Back to Engineering.
Goodbye, amazing subscribers. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more from Back to Engineering. See you next time.
Bye!